Good morning, everyone. Excited to be with you this morning just to continue our study of John and to continue looking at John chapter 1, verses 1 through 18. So like I said yesterday, today we're going to really focus on what did Jesus come to do. Yesterday we talked about how Jesus is the Word who has been with God from the beginning and how that gives us some clue into his nature as the Trinity and also how he gives us all life. So today what I want to do is take a look at what he came to do. So I'm going to start in verse 1 and read through the end of that section. John 1. In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God. He was in the beginning with God. All things were made through him, and without him was not anything made that was made. In him was life, and the life was the light of men. The light shines in the darkness, and the darkness has not overcome it. There was a man sent from God, whose name was John. He came as a witness to bear witness about the light, that all might believe through him. He was not the light, but came to bear witness about the light. The true light, which gives light to everyone, was coming into the world. He was in the world, and the world was made through him, yet the world did not know him. He came to his own, and his own people did not receive him. But to all who did receive him, who believed in his name, he gave the right to become children of God, who were born not of blood, nor of the will of the flesh, nor of the will of man, but of God. And the Word became flesh and dwelt among us. And we have seen his glory. Glory is of the only Son from the Father, full of grace and truth. John bore witness about him, and cried out, "This is he of whom I said, He who comes after me ranks before me, because he was before me. For from his fullness we have all received grace upon grace. For the law was given through Moses, grace and truth came through Jesus Christ. No one has ever seen God, the only God, who is at the Father's side. He has made him known." So in these verses, what we see is actually Jesus came as the true light, giving light to everyone. He came as the one who makes God known to people. Because without Jesus coming, we don't fully know who God is. Because God is invisible, and sure, we know that he created the world, but we don't get a chance to really see who God really and truly is. And so what these verses tell us is that Jesus came and he gave us grace and he gave us truth so that we could understand who God is better. And we also see that if we choose to believe in Jesus, we get to become children of God. So he came with a mission to not only give us information about God, but actually on a mission to help us become adopted children of God, so that way we can be with God and live with him forever. As kind of a spoiler alert, that's going to come partly through Jesus' death and resurrection, but even right now, just in these verses, what it's really focused on is the fact that we need someone to tell us who God is. And we don't have that knowledge in ourselves or the ability to go just discover it by looking at nature. We don't get to know God well just through that. Instead, what we really need is we need Jesus to come. And so that means for us today, when we're trying to figure out who is God, what is he doing, and we look around at the world and don't understand what's going on, one thing that we can do is go out and we can try to study Jesus better. And as we get to know Jesus better, we'll get a better idea of what's going on in the world around us. So that's just my encouragement today, is for you to ask the question is, how can I get to know Jesus better, and where do I see him? And that is a great way for you to get that, to apply this message and to see what Jesus is doing in your life. Thank you guys, and I look forward to talking to you about the next part of John tomorrow.